Welcome to the f***ing news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and here's some of the going on in the world today. In Spain, the first soccer team made up entirely of transgender men played their very first regional league game. They lost 19-0. In Mexico, Alejandro Arcos, the mayor of Chilpancingo, has been murdered just 6 days after taking office. His decapitated head was found on top of his car. In the United States, a journalist from Arizona tried to set himself on fire in protest of the war in Gaza. People put him out and he survived, but if any of you watching this are thinking about doing something like that, don't. A number of people have reached out to me asking for more reports on the aftermath of Hurricane Helene in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, and Alabama because they believe that it's not getting enough media coverage. Tell me in the comments, are you aware that there are large areas in all of those states that have been devastated by last week's hurricane? That entire towns have been completely destroyed, roads washed away, and thousands of people are still without electricity or means of obtaining necessities, and FEMA seems ill-equipped to help? Hopefully this isn't the first time you're hearing this. And a new hurricane just became a level 5 on its way towards Florida, Hurricane Milton. Millions have been told to evacuate. Follow me if you give a shit. Welcome to the f***ing news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of the October 7th attacks on Israel. Now, I hadn't been doing this for very long when that happened, and I rewatched my report recently, and it's really just crazy how things have evolved since then. As of today, the death toll in Gaza is reported as being well over 40,000, with almost 2 million Gazans still displaced by the IDF's assault. Now, after a series of escalating attacks by Hezbollah in Lebanon, Israel is pummeling Beirut, with more than 2,000 Lebanese dead so far. And now, while tens of thousands of Lebanese people are being displaced for the first time, more than 20,000 Palestinian refugees from Gaza are being displaced all over again. Not only that, but Iran launched missiles at Israel last week, to which Israel will probably respond, and the Houthis are now firing missiles at central Israel from Yemen. So unfortunately, those countries don't really seem to be much closer to a resolution today than they were a full year ago. In fact, they seem even further away. Welcome to the f***ing news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and here's some of the shit going on in the world around you. Northern Italy is struggling with African swine fever, which is rendering a large number of pigs inedible and may lead to some deli meat shortages around the world. Reports of North Korean troops supporting Russian forces in occupied areas of Ukraine have started to emerge. In the United States, Tesla revealed its new Optimus robots. They also announced their self-driving cybercabs and robovans. Elon Musk pronounced it robovan, but I know what those two words look like. That's robovan. Anyways, Tesla's stock immediately plummeted, while Uber and Lyft stock rose sharply. And Hurricane Milton swept over Florida yesterday, and though it was not as bad as they expected it to be, it was still pretty bad. At least 17 people lost their lives. 2.2 million people have been left without power, and that's on top of the 97,000 people who still don't have power from Hurricane Helene. Follow me if you give a shit.